name's Austin Kline. I'm the payroll manager. I've been here since 2015. I've worn many different hats in the business, but now I moved on to strictly payroll manager. Sometimes people forget that that is my only title, but they still call me for other things anyways, so gotta do what we gotta do. Honestly, day to day, I just work on getting all the different payrolls and the sales that were done throughout the week before, and then put it together to make sure everybody properly gets paid between the sales they do, the overrides they get, because in our business, as you move up, you get money off of the people that work for you, so we have to make sure the money's split up the correct way to make sure everybody's getting a fair cut of the business. So it is a time-consuming job, and takes a lot of work. I was originally working at Madison Square Garden as an intern, and I got a job opportunity to finish working there, and I decided I didn't want to pursue that anymore because I just didn't enjoy the people I was working with. So I applied to be a NYPD officer, did the whole thing top to bottom, everything I could do, and they just said, okay, hey, you need to wait till the next opportunity opens up, which is 2 times a year, but they said they don't hire anybody that's unemployed. And I said, okay, that's interesting. I've known Bobby for Mr. Rios for majority of my life, and he says, why don't you just come work with me for a little bit, do some sales, and when time comes for your opportunity for NYPD, just go. Make some money while you're doing it. So I was like, okay, no problem. That saying, he sent me to Arizona to work. I had no idea what I was doing at the time, but he says, hey, you're gonna go to Arizona, you're gonna go work out there. And I said, okay, no problem. First couple weeks, I'm making a couple $1,000s each week. NYPD calls, they're like, hey, you have to be back here tomorrow. You start your class. And I'm in Arizona, how am I gonna get there by tomorrow? And then I just started thinking in my head, I'm like, I'm gonna start at like $50,000 and have an opportunity to get shot. I'm not about that life. I'm gonna stay in here. And then I ended up calling Bobby. He literally said, I knew that was gonna happen. I was like, oh, okay, well, cool. And that's how I got stayed in this career. There's a lot of different things about the job that I like. I mean, I don't even consider it a job. It's a career. And I tell everybody that. I'm like, we don't come into this looking for a job. I mean, job is for people that are just over broke. So we look for a career. I enjoy it because it is laid back. It's a very good atmosphere to be in. I mean, it's not always just fun and games like people think it is. I mean, we definitely do have goals for everybody. There's motivating factors to make more money, and the opportunity here is what really was something I enjoy, because we give people opportunities that they just won't get elsewhere. And I use myself as an example. I mean, I was working in a sports team where I was only going to get $40,000 to sign a contract, and I'm like, wait a minute, you're telling me I can make half of that? I can make double that in a year doing free services? I'm like, yeah, I'll stick with the sales. So we give opportunities to people, is something that I like, because in most places that you go business-wise, you don't get the opportunities to move up as fast as you can here, where if you were working in retail or somewhere else, there's only one boss, and that's as high as you can go, and you're not going to surpass that person. Where here, there's unlimited opportunities for you to be successful and a millionaire. So it's definitely an atmosphere that makes it easy to work with. You could get things done. People are willing to help all the time, because obviously majority of the people that work in the back office have all done each other's position at one point or another. Obviously, we still have to occasionally be serious about stuff, but you're not too worried about someone throwing you under the bus or trying to take your position. Everybody has their hats and are secure in their position, where other opportunities I've been in, you're always looking over your back like, is that person trying to take my job? You're not going to find an opportunity like this elsewhere, especially at the time that we're in. They're paying a lot of money through the contracts. It's a very easy to move up as long as you follow the steps that we put in front of you to be successful. There's nobody standing in your way other than yourself. If you want to be successful and you're a hustler, you're going to make a lot of money. Where you compare it to like Walmart or something, people go by longevity in those businesses. Oh, this person's been here 5 years, this person's gonna be promoted first. That's not how it works here. You could be here for 2 months and someone could be here for 10 years, but if you're putting in the work, you're building your team, you're making the sales, there's that person that's 10 years have nothing on you. You'll have the opportunity to surpass them instantly. So that's what I would be telling people. Like, you have the opportunity to be very successful in a quick amount of time, as long as you are hustling and, listening to the people that are trying to give you, the idea of how to be more successful. So.